Welcome to Freelance Marketing Strategies. I'm your host, Earl Hall. I'm a former Air Force vet turned freelancer, sharing the strategies and tips to make your freelance dreams come true. Follow my blog and my social media links at www.freelancemarketingstrategies.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome into freelancemarketingstrategies.com. I'm your host, Earl Hall, and I tell you what, I'm kind of excited about today's episode. I'm actually really excited about today's episode. Today's episode, I'm telling you, is focused right in on all of you authors, you indie authors, you authors that specialize in business development, sci-fi, romance, any kind of novel, any kind of book. I'm telling you, I've got some information that is just going to blow your mind with this particular episode of freelancemarketingstrategies.com. Authors are a segment of the freelance community that has struggled for so long. It's a part of the creative community that if you're in it and you're a producer of this content, you know exactly how hard it is to distribute, to sell, to publish, to get awareness, to get people to be interested in what it is that you're producing with your book. There are so many different things going on out there, and I've decided to do something. I have, over the past 12 years, developed this vast knowledge when it comes to marketing, even producing content, getting awareness and the buzz generating for what it is that you're looking to sell. And let's just be honest, you're looking to make money from what you love doing through writing your books. And that's what it's all about. The problem as I see it, and it's a major problem, so many, not just authors, but the publishers, the PR people that are out there telling you that they can show you the way on how, I'm kind of saying that tongue in cheek there, can show you the way on how you can produce, market, and sell your book. And of course, they get a cut of all of this. A lot of money is given up front. This is before you've even sold one sentence of your book, one syllable of your book. So many people now, and I'm just going to say this, if you're an indie author in particular, or you're an author that's been doing this for a few years and you're not getting much traction, if you're looking for a publisher right out of the gate, I can tell you that that's not the way to go. What you want to do, let's just say, I'm going to take this as an example right here, before I get into the real meat of what it is that I want to talk about. Say you're just fresh out of the gate. You're green, but you're a good writer. You've got a great story. You've put this thing together really well, and now you're shopping this thing around to publishers. And they're telling you it's going to cost this amount of money, or we're going to take this amount of cut. I mean, let's just be honest. If you do have a publisher, if you've been researching how to get a publisher or things like that for your book, you already know. I mean, if you're selling a book at, anywhere from $15 to $20 a pop, you might be making, and I'm being generous right here, $1 a book. You may be making $1 a book. If you're not becoming very intimately aware with the tremendous power of self-publishing that is available to you right now through Amazon, through places like CreateSpace, you need to get on board. You need to start investigating right now. And I think you can kind of tell. I'm a little bit into this as far as what it is that I'm talking about right now, because I decided to do something. So many times people want to tell you they know how to do a thing. They know how to help you with your problem. They've got the answers. They've got the solutions. And all you have to do is, do what I say. Of course, you've got to pay me for it. And I have really no way of proving to you that I know how to do this. In a lot of instances, that's the case. And you go through all these changes. You go through all these ups and downs and ebbs and flows because when you started writing, You were so passionate about what it is that you're doing. You were so passionate about getting this story out. And I don't care whether you write fiction or nonfiction, whatever it is that you write. If you're putting pen to paper, if you're putting your fingers against the keys, you have a passion or some sort of desire to put this down, to share with the world. But so many times, what happens is you finish the process, and then all of a sudden, you've hit that, those words, the end. And you think it's over. Now all you got to do is put it on Amazon or get a publisher, and it's going to sell like hotcakes. Well, most of us already know that's not the case. And many of us have already been through that. I've been through that myself. So this is what it is that I decided to do. I want to put myself, my, my integrity, my business acumen, everything on the line. I decided to take on this project from ground zero. And this is what I want to do, and I'm going to start this thing from ground zero. And I'm going to show you my own step-by-step process on how it is that I market a book. This is not about how to write a book, punctuation, anything like that. No, this is, you've got the book idea, you're about to begin writing, and this is actually what I'm doing right now. Yesterday, I began the process of writing a book. And I began the process of writing a book because I want to show you my process of how I know it works in regards to, there's a bunch of things that's involved here. Let me back up just a little bit. When you're in the middle of writing a book, you all of a sudden, or towards the end, you start thinking about marketing, you start thinking about how am I going to make sales, and it's kind of like you're putting the cart before the horse, and I'm going to tell you why. We live in this digital age where if you have no audience, you have no sales. And that's probably going to be one of the key things that I continue to come back on in this process that I'm documenting, that I'm going to be sharing with you pretty much on a day-to-day basis. I'm committing to do this. And so we put the cart before the horse. We want to write the book, and then we want to go and generate the buzz and generate the audience behind the book. It's way backwards with that. What it is that you want to do is what I'm going to show you how to do. And in this step-by-step process, I'm going to show you from beginning to end what it is that I'm going to be doing. I started yesterday writing chapter 1 of the book that I'm going to be putting out, Book Launch Success Formula. Book Launch Success Formula is what I'm going to be, is the book that I'm writing. But beyond what it is that I'm writing, I'm going to show you how to generate the buzz behind it. Let's just say this, I have an audience that I want to create, which is indie authors that have been out there for a while, that are struggling and trying to figure out how they're going to make it with their book. This is my audience. What I'm going to be teaching you how to do is how to develop your own audience. These things are simply not being taught. You know what I see out here? When I look at indie authors, and I do a lot of research on Facebook and marketing and ad development and placement and things like this, website design, the whole gamut. And I've been doing this for the past over 12 years. And this is one of the reasons why I've been successful at pretty much at a lot of the things that I've put out there. Now, I haven't been successful at everything, but there are some things that I know. So I'm developing this audience because I'm tired of seeing people struggle needlessly. Now, I'm not talking about struggling where you got to put in hard work, because this is all about hard work. This is not about get rich quick. This is, believe me, this is not about that. This is about how in 2017, I don't care whether you're selling a book or you're selling pencils, what it is that you have to do in order to be successful at what it is that you're doing. What I see so many authors doing is preaching to the choir. I look on Facebook and I see Facebook groups, Twitter things, even things on Instagram. And what I see is many authors just preaching to the choir. They're going into these forums, they're going into these Facebook groups with other authors. Why are you trying to sell your book to other authors? Now, I know why I would try and sell my book to other authors, because I'm trying to help other authors. But if you're trying to sell a sci-fi novel, a romance novel, why are you putting it in forums and in Facebook groups that are filled with other authors doing the exact same thing that you're doing? And then the only thing that you're doing on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat, and most of you probably aren't using those things, why is it all that you're doing is putting links to your Amazon page? Why is it the only thing that you're doing is putting links to your Twitter feed, or that goes back to your Amazon page trying to sell your book? This is a wrong approach. And it's human psychology. If all you're doing is saying, hey, buy my stuff, the next post, hey, buy my stuff, and you post again, hey, come over here and buy my stuff, how would you respond to that message? And so many times when I think about people and their ideas about marketing, it's about the ask, and they always want to ask someone for their money, and they want to ask for the sale. You haven't earned that. You haven't earned that right. If I put out a book right now today called Book Launch, just telling you how to, book launch success formula. If I put that book out right now and say, hey, go buy this, what is your inspiration to buy it? And then here you go. Okay, say you click on that. Go buy this book. Book Launch Success Formula by Earl Hall. Go buy it. And you click on that, and on that page, whether it's an Amazon page or whatever, you see the book cover. You may get a couple chapters to read, something like that. But how inspired are you to actually read that? Beyond read it, buy it. Because I can tell you a bunch of things. Same thing goes for whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction. It really doesn't matter. You have to earn the right to ask. And there is a time where you earn that right to ask. Day one, which was yesterday for me when I began writing my book, and this is day 2, and this is the first piece of content that I'm putting out about what's coming. This is a launch pad for what it is that I'm doing with this right here on freelancemarketingstrategies.com. And I decided to use this as my launching platform because it just made sense. I'm a freelancer. I'm not what you would call a quote-unquote author. My mainstay is voiceover. I do happen to do a lot of audiobook narration for authors that are out there. I've done some pretty big names, and I've done maybe about 12 books this year alone. So basically, we're working on more than one book a month that I've done, and I'm doing very well at that. So that's what it is that I actually do. Since my passion for what I do involves what's called in the voiceover industry long-form narration, audiobooks is a part of that. And that means I deal with a lot of authors. I deal with a lot of publishing houses. I see what people are doing every day, right, in regards to marketing their book, and you better believe I see every single day authors, publishing houses, and the like, PR people doing crappy jobs at getting the buzz out about your book. I see them every single day. I see the mistakes that are made. So this is what I decided to do with this undertaking and writing this book, Book Launch Success Formula. I'm going to document for you, and it's probably going to take me no more than 3 months to do this. And on that 90th day, or right around that time, will be the day that I launch my book. But what am I going to do in between time? In between time, what it is that I'm going to do is share with you literally everything that I'm putting in the book. And I want you to know, and I want you to see exactly what it is that I'll be writing. There'll probably be videos that are coming. There will probably be blog posts that are put out. I'm putting together the website right now, and I'll be releasing that as well. And this, again, I'm starting from ground zero. because you realize what I have to do. I have to develop